Hey, Digital Tour Bus. So this is Crazy Stories with Kyle from Matchbox, and I think this is on the first album, Yourself or Someone Like You. That album went from like 0 to 100 real quick. So we were touring probably more than we ever have in our entire career up to this point. As I recall, this was on that album. We were in Detroit, and it's kind of become an inside thing that within the band. So it was me and our keyboard player at the time, a guy named Ben Stivers, and he and I were on the bus. And a lot of times what you'll do is you'll roll into a city in the middle of the night and you're generally asleep. So sometimes bus parking doesn't, they don't know exactly where they park the bus until you actually arrive there. So it's one of those situations where we were in Detroit and we were kind of in the hood, and we were 3 or 4 blocks from the hotel that we were staying at, and the bus driver had left this little note like, hey, they wouldn't let me, there's some event at the hotel, we couldn't park there, so I had to park here. Be aware of that. So we get up, it's still late. It's actually early, it's probably like 4 or 5 in the morning. We'd had like a rager, and somebody goes out to have a cigarette, leaves the door unlocked, right? So we come back in, we're sitting there listening to music, door bursts open, and 5 or 6 dudes like come in. But the beauty of it is what they said when they were walking in. First of all, we saw these guys coming on, and Ben and I think this is, we're going to die. This is it. We're going to die here in Detroit right now on this lovely tour bus. When the door opens up, we hear like, Beyonce up in this mother. From that moment forward, so they came in, and we just were like, no, Beyonce's not on the bus. Just ushered them back out, and they left miraculously. But to this day, that phrase has become a thing within the band. Beyonce up in this mother.